This episode of Chins and Giggles is supported by Topo Chico Hard Seltzer.
Today and every day at Chins and Giggles, we love to celebrate authenticity because we care about celebrating those special qualities and experiences that set each of us apart.
Like one of the qualities that's special to me is how close our family is and how family-oriented we are.
Quality time with those we love truly makes us who we are.
That's why we're proud to partner with Topo Chico Hard Seltzer, because they know that authenticity doesn't just appear out of nowhere. Authenticity is something deeply rooted within you that you work on and celebrate every day.
Topo Chico Hard Seltzer brings authenticity to the world of hard seltzers with 125 years of history. And refreshing Mexican and Texan-inspired flavors to celebrate those who are always diferente.
Girl, I love the tropical mango flavor. It's giving summer and a relaxing pool day. I love the fruity flavor. It's so refreshing.
You can have those guilt-free because they're only 100 calories with 2 grams of sugar per 12 ounces.
So thanks to Topo Chico Hard Seltzer for partnering with us to celebrate authenticity.
Experience a hard seltzer that's always diferente with Topo Chico Hard Seltzer.
Go to topochicohardseltzerusa.com/chins to find where you can get yours today. That's topochicohardseltzerusa.com/chins.
Flavored beer, TC Hard Seltzer Co., Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Celebrate responsibly.
Good morning, queens. Welcome back to Chins and Giggles. Good afternoon, good night, whatever time it is that you're listening in, tuning in. We are here on the Chins and Giggles podcast. The studio, girl.
The studio,
What's
girl.
up?
Episode 50.
Episode 50. What's good, y'all?
50s
Welcome
ain't never
back.
looked so good, girl.
50 never looked so good, bitch. We got our matcha. Mayra got her decaf coffee, and we are
Cheers.
ready for this episode, bitch. It is a beautiful day outside. The sun is out. And
It's
I feel
beaming,
it.
girl.
Like it's beaming out there, but it's not like hot yet. But we're warming up.
I'm here for the vitamin D. It really be doing something, girl.
The vitamin D of it all, y'all. Like I'm sure you guys have heard at this point how a vitamin D deficiency can like cause depression and stuff. And I think it's like legit, girl.
It's real. It's a real thing.
It's an actual factual thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you need vitamin D. So the other day I was literally like in the car. You know how it's been, y'all, if you're in California, like these last few weeks, like this last month, it was raining so much.
So much.
Like if you ask me any time of year, like what do you like best? Like do you like the cold or the hot?
I would say the rain.
Yeah. I would always say like, oh, I like when it's cold and chilly. I love winter because like all the layers and like all this shit, right? But like when you're actually in the middle of it, you're like, do I really love the rain that much? Because
You can't go out or anything.
you literally can't. Like I like it from inside, cozied
Yeah.
up.
Watching movies and
But
stuff.
like when it comes to actually doing shit, girl, I'm like, I want to see the sun out. Like right now that the sun's out, Mayra, I want to have a carne asada so
Love
bad.
that.
Like, oh
It's
my
so funny
gosh.
how you're like, we're literally twins because literally, like, I just had this talk yesterday with Brian. I was like, I have been loving the sun. Like, it's really helping me. And we'll like step outside and just sit there. And I'm like,
Well, yeah.
twins. Eh?
No, literally twins. Okay, can we talk about the fact that me and Mayra are both wearing green tops today?
Oh my God, yeah.
And
we didn't
black
plan
bottoms.
it.
We didn't plan it. It's giving St. Patrick's Day, and it's not St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's was last week or the week before?
Like 2 weeks ago, I think. Now, right? I don't know, girl, but we're just unintentionally wearing green
Wrong
today.
holiday.
Oh, dude. But yeah, the sun is out, y'all. It feels so good. The other day, I was literally sitting in the car, like on the way to the warehouse, and like I could feel the sun rays literally on my skin, bitch.
Are we officially in spring?
Are we officially? Oh my God, we are. I'm here for it.
Jasmine's in spring break.
Oh my gosh, everything. And like you could literally just feel the sun rays, and
Love
I just
it.
felt refreshed. I felt like my depression just lifted off my eyes.
I just want to know how people like do it like in Alaska.
like
Alaska.
places like Oregon and stuff where the sun doesn't come out as much. Like a lot of people are more depressed there because you need vitamin D, and then especially gloomy days. Like talk about a gloomy day, bitch. Literally, I feel like it could really like affect your
It affects your
mental
mood
state.
like 100%.
100%.
I've experienced it firsthand. Like I'm literally experiencing it like day by day. I'm noticing like the spirits are up there because the sun's out. Like
Literally.
I'm sure people are feeling it naturally.
Yes.
That's funny that you even are talking about it. I literally was just telling Brian, I think even today I stepped out and I was like, oh, I love the sun. Like it just hitting me. Like you don't even realize like what your body really needs. Like I think people really think like, oh, I'm just depressed. And like, I get it. Yes. Like the depression comes from like many different reasons.
It could be any season and you could be
But you would be
100%.
shocked if you got blood work done and if you'd seen like you're deficient on vitamin D. Like
Yeah.
it's actually crazy what
I'm
it does.
actually currently deficient on vitamin D, and I was just put on a vitamin D prescription because after I got my sleeve, I had to do like regular blood work, and they were like, "You are a little low on vitamin D. We got to get you a prescription." And I'm like, "Oh shit, okay."
I think I was low on vitamin D also, right? Aren't I taking a vitamin D on the side?
You're like, let me look at my vitamins, bitch.
Bitch, I'm sure
Vitamin D is good for you guys.
D3.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, vitamin D, it looks like.
Well, I'm not going to need to know more. Imagine
like,
those
what is the reason?
Well, I was pregnant all freaking winter. So yeah, I get it. Like that's crazy.
No, it feels good, especially with how much it was raining. Like,
yeah, like, oh my God. I'm just excited for spring.
You know what? Yes, that part. Like, I'm here for the spring weather. Like, the sun is out.
Easter,
it's not
all of
too
it.
hot. But when it gets to August, bitch, I'm not having fun. When it's August, it's 100 degrees outside. You step out, you can't even fucking breathe.
It depends, Karina, bitch. Because when we pulling up here, barbecue, hopping in the pool.
Okay, bitch, that's a vibe.
I don't care if it's 100 degrees, bitch. As long as I'm in that pool.
You're absolutely right. It's just like the
with
environment.
The Sprite.
It just depends on what's going down. Because if we're outside having a barbecue, everybody's in their bathing suits, you're jumping in and out of the pool, 90, 100 degrees, fucking iconic, perfect. We don't care. Yeah. But like, I'm talking on a regular basis when it's 100 degrees outside and like you're going outside to run errands and you're like, ugh, I can't even fucking breathe out here.
Sticky the house.
Taking the trash out and you're like, feels like
I guess like outfit wise, I live for like fall and winter, but other than that.
But like, I'm also here for the summer looks too. It's just the ickiness of being so hot. Like this weather right here is like the prime for me. I love like that spring weather. Like the sun is out, but it's the 70s, maybe like low 80s.
The fact that spring's in a couple weeks too.
Oh my gosh. It is
like,
spring.
I mean, I'm sorry, not spring. Easter.
Easter's like in under 2 weeks, no? Or
yeah. Oh my gosh, I love Easter. I feel like Easter's it just gets very
it's like next weekend by the time this is up.
Yeah, it gets very like brunch vibes. I don't know, it's weird.
I'm here for it, girl. I'm
here for the weather. But
anyways, girl, how was your week?
My week, nothing has changed, girl. She's nesting, but it is fun. Well, actually, no, I'm missing a big part. I had a little water break scare. I literally thought my water broke.
It was a big scare.
Like my whole family was like literally like ready for this child to come. I was like, y'all, slow the fuck down.
Y'all, Mayra literally was sent to labor and delivery.
I call my doctor and I'm like, hey, I feel a little something.
Well, rewind to like when you woke up that morning, like really walk them through because that was
okay. So in the morning I woke up and I literally felt like stuff dripping down my legs and I was like, what is this?
Exactly.
I was like, this is not normal. I avoided it because I am on progesterone pills that I insert down there. That's which a lot of people have asked, so I might as well just mention it right now. Like, because people are like, how did you prevent to go into preterm labor, blah blah blah. I'm taking progesterone pills like down there, and
progesterone suppositories.
Yeah, and they sometimes get you a little juicy, like
a little juicy.
But I don't know, like I just think this is fucking disgusting. Like, first of all, my water didn't break. What the fuck was coming out of me? I think that was the awkward part.
I think you should talk about the fact that you guys were put like on like no sex for like so long, right?
So I was not supposed to like have sex, of course, and I respected that.
Was it like 24 weeks and up, or?
I think from like 22 weeks and up, like I hadn't done it. Like I'm talking about like literally like I went a while without doing it, and I was fine with it.
You were told not to because you were high risk.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't, because they say like the uterus can start contracting, and I'm like, oh my God, it's not worth it. And I was like, yeah, of course, like I wasn't even thinking of it. And then randomly, like we get the okay at my 35 week checkup.
He gives you the okay that y'all could resume intercourse.
Okay, because I'm already 35 weeks. Like, what can really happen? So I was like, okay. And let me tell you, bitch, we tried. It wasn't even worth it. Because when I was going to that damn hospital, I was like, the fact that this is going on because of this is not even
so you guys
worth
have, y'all do the deed.
Yeah, we try.
Before.
No, we try. We don't even go anywhere with it, Karina. I try. Your girl is dry as a Sahara Desert, girl.
Stop.
What? This is so TMI, but I feel like this happens when you're pregnant, right?
Yeah. There's people that are
flabbergasted.
Well, Mayra, there's people that that either have like a low sex drive, or there's people that are like, they want to do it every day.
Bitch, I was like, oh my God. I mean, why am I even trying? Like literally, Karina, like in pain.
Oh my gosh.
And I wasn't even, and if first of all, like Noah's up in here all moving and stuff. I'm like, this is not right. It was probably not even a couple minutes. I was like, I'm done. This is like ridiculous. What am I even doing? Right. I think I was like excited for it because I was like, oh my God, I haven't done it like in forever. And when we tried it, we were like, what is going on? Like, this is not okay. Like,
this is not okay. Like, what?
In so many different ways. Like, my child's right here. And then I'm not
I
even
used to feel like that too.
Yeah, right. Like, it's so, like, it just doesn't feel right. And then on top of that, like, my body ain't even doing nothing to help it. Like, nothing.
You're
nothing
uncomfortable. You're dry.
Uncomfortable. Like, I'm already like a fucking ball. Like, I'm like, there's no, like, there's nothing. I don't even feel sexy. I'm like, what? When I tell you it stopped immediately, Karina, like we didn't do nothing. The next morning, you know, I wake up and I notice I'm also cramping. I'm like, like my actual, like, I'm feeling like period cramps. I'm like, this is so weird. And then I get up and I'm like dripping down my legs. I was like,
wait a damn minute.
The fuck is this? So what's going on?
Girl.
So I wipe whatever. I'm like, you know what? Like the progesterone, you know, sometimes does it. And it kind of weirded me out because of the cramping. I ignored it. Like a couple hours later in my leggings, I have I'm wet again. Like between my thighs, I'm wet.
Yeah, Mayra sent me a picture. She calls me.
It's literal water. I'm like, what is this?
You guys, Mayra literally called me. I was at the warehouse filming, and she was like, so this happened. I woke up. I was like kind of dripping a little bit of liquid down my legs, and I was like, hold on. I literally paused everything. I was like, what?
Karina's like, why haven't you called your doctor?
Have you called your doctor? And she's like, no, you're the first person I'm calling. I'm like, Mayra. And then she's like, let me send you a picture because like I feel like my pants are wet. She literally looks like she peed herself.
Yeah.
I was like, no, bitch, because when I tell you I was convinced your water broke, Mayra, I was just trying to keep calm, but I was like, just call your doctor and see what he says.
Yeah.
Bitch, when I hung up, I was like, Mayra's water broke. Oh my God, her water broke. Fuck.
Yeah, and we thought too. And I called, I explained to him what happened. He's like, go to labor and delivery. I was like, oh my God. And not just, I had to go to him. He's in LA, so we drove to LA, bitch. And
better safe than sorry.
Here I am, like, in my moments thinking like, this is it.
Yeah.
This is it.
And I feel like you were a little bit more calm because you are at, I mean, obviously it's still a little early at 35 weeks, but your doctor has always reassured you that after 34 weeks, say he wasn't as worried. So I feel like you were like freaking out, but also you were like a little more calm.
I was a little more calm, but I was like, I mean, I wanted
scary
to wait to get to term, you know? I'm like, this is so traumatic. Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even have my nursery bag ready. Like,
and then
my
Mayra's
hospital
like,
bag, nothing.
Bitch, we were so convinced, y'all. Me and Mayra were like having this conversation. She's calling me like, because I had ordered her like the stroller and the car seat. So and I'm thinking, I'm like, I gotta leave right now. I gotta go find a freaking car seat somewhere. Like, y'all, we were convinced this child was going to be born today.
I was even thinking like, I'm gonna literally have Karina put me like a hospital bag together, like run to CVS, bitch, put things together.
I was sitting there like waiting for every call, and I even texted Mayra at one point like, do I head out now?
And I was like, what? I think part of me knew that my water wasn't fully breaking. I was just more concerned about the cramping was what stood out to me because I was cramping.
Yeah.
I get there, they check me. You know how they monitor your contractions?
Yeah.
They told me, they're like, you're definitely feeling stuff. Like, we see it. But your water didn't break. Like, they checked.
Like, it could have been Braxton Hicks.
Yeah. So, and like, funny enough, like even days before that, I have been feeling like, I know labor is near. Like, I have been feeling it. Like, I really have. Like, I know what contractions feel like because, you know, I went into labor with Briantito, and I get like that back pain where I'm like, oh, like, this is not normal. But also, like, I heard the last few weeks your body's like preparing.
Yeah, you're already towards the end.
So,
like, by the time this is up, Mayra, you're closer to like 37 weeks.
But yeah, like, I was freaking out, girl. And the point is that I didn't go into labor, and the nurse was very honest. She was like, you know, I know this is TMI. You know, she's like, you first of all, you're taking progesterone that already causes a lot of discharge, and you know, you had intercourse. You know, sometimes like
it could make the uterus contract a bit.
The uterus contract. But it wasn't, I didn't really even believe it because we really didn't do like anything. So I'm like, okay, no, like Like we didn't go like that far.
I think it's also, Mayra, like just naturally being pregnant, the discharge. I don't know about you, but like everyone's different. I used to have so much discharge when I was pregnant. I would be like, how? Ain't no way I didn't just pee myself, bitch.
Yeah. And you know what? I even had brought it up on stories and everybody was like, oh my God, I totally had like a water break scare and I had all this discharge and I didn't even know what it was. Like till this day, they don't know what it is. And I'm like, I literally feel that. I'm like, it was like literally felt like water dripping out of me and it was not my water breaking.
Yeah.
Like the weirdest thing, but she's okay. She's good. And I got home and I just got my reality check that I need to get my hospital bag ready.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that was, you guys, when I tell you we were convinced that her water broke, I was like, oh my gosh, it's baby time. Yeah. I really thought.
I'm just really grateful that it wasn't, just because I want to get to term.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And you want to be ready too. I
want to get there with
your
like
house is in the middle of construction, bitch, which is looking so good, y'all. Like, I feel like it's getting there, your kitchen.
It's getting there.
It looks so good.
Yeah. Countertops, everything's already installed. It's almost ready, literally, like in a couple weeks.
Queen shit.
How was your week, girl?
We've been at the warehouse and stuff. I feel like I always just say the same shit. But you know,
she's booked and busy.
Something that's been like fun and different is I actually have like Alex back on the team.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So some of you guys have, well, not a lot of you, but some of you guys like remember Alex from being my producer on my main channel for like ever. And there was a time where like she got another opportunity, so she was like working with them. And then recently, like, you know, we connected again and she works with me again. And I'm really excited because, you know, on my main channel, like I haven't really made content in like literally since I had Mia. I really just backed off the main channel. Like I focused more on vlogs. I didn't really have time to do all these sit down videos. So working with her again has been like, it's taking me back to like when I did all those videos, and like she's been helping me make a lot of content. We're like right now we're just kind of like getting content in bulk, and then we're gonna start uploading soon. So I'm really excited to come back to my main channel. But
what's the last time you posted on
my main channel? Like months ago on my main channel. It's been a while, but now that she's back, like we've been like cranking videos out, but we're just kind of like piling them up first before we start uploading them. So I'm gonna start being consistent again on my main channel, and I'm so happy about that. And she's just a queen, so she's back and we've been filming. So that's something new and different that's been going on. Aside from like, you know, I feel like we're at the warehouse literally every day and stuff. You know, we're making slime, we're doing all this stuff. We're really like really hands-on with the whole slime thing, y'all. Like super, like when it comes down to like the making of it, when it comes down to packing, like we are there every single day. Unless I really gotta like go somewhere, have somewhere to, you know, go to, then I trust our team to get it done. But like, even on days that we don't have to be there, like we're always there. So, you know,
you guys are really hands-on.
But that's what's been going on. So Alex coming in, oh, her name's Alex, yeah. And so it's funny because some of you guys would comment like, what happened to Alex? What happened to Alex? Like there's people that still remembered her from like being my producer on my main channel. But she's back, y'all, and it's been a lot of fun like to start doing those videos again. I'm like, it just feels so weird because I'm like, it's been so long, but that's what's going on with me, girl. That's really it. Period. A lot of my week also revolves right now around like just getting updates from Mayra on like what's going on in her life right now.
I know you're like hella booked and busy, but tomorrow I have my what is it called?
Your maternity shoot?
Yeah, maternity shoot.
Oh yeah, so I'll go for sure.
I'm like, please, imagine.
Yes, gorge. We'll definitely be there.
Okay. So let's jump into today's topics, you guys. Cause
oh my gosh, I really want to touch base on the fact that Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez thing. Because
you told me about that and I still haven't seen what's going on.
I will read it to you. So there's a lot going on. Like, you know, we want to touch base on some stuff going on TikTok and what's happening right now. So we never really talked about like the Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber thing because right around that week was when Mayra did like her announcement to y'all, like on here on the podcast that she was pregnant. So we never really talked about it. There's nothing much to talk about the actual drama. I feel like you guys have seen all of it. Everybody has heard about the drama.
I asked Brian about it and he knew about it.
Everybody.
Like, that's how and you know, like the guys are not always like into like all that.
Everybody knew about it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So recently, very recently, like a few days ago, Hailey Bieber messages Selena Gomez. And basically tells her like, you know, I'm getting death threats. I don't know if she tells her like, I want to know what she told her, because Selena Gomez actually posted to her stories basically saying like, hey, Hailey Bieber reached out to me, y'all. And I'm thinking like, did she tell her like, hey, can you address this and shut them up? Like, what did she say to them, you know? Well, what did she say to Selena? I just want to know so bad. So Selena Gomez posts this to her stories. She put, Hailey Bieber reached out to me and let me know that she has been receiving death threats and such hateful negativity. This isn't what I stand for. No one should have to experience hate or bullying. I've always advocated for kindness and really want this all to stop. Heart. So Selena Gomez posted that to her story. Mm-hmm. And then Hailey Bieber posted to her story too. She posted, I want to thank Selena for speaking out, as her and I have been discussing the last few weeks how to move past this ongoing narrative between her and I. She had to put in, we've been talking for the last few weeks. Mm-hmm. You reached out to her. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't, whatever. And then she says, the last few weeks have been very hard for everyone involved, and millions of people are seeing so much hate around this, which is extremely harmful. Millions of people. Oh, I mean, yeah, it's
I mean, girl.
Yeah. While social media is an incredible way to connect and build community, moments like this only create extreme division instead of bringing people together. Things can always be taken out of context or construed differently than they were intended. We all need to be more thoughtful about what we post and what we say, including myself. In the end, I believe love will always be bigger than hate and negativity. And there is always an opportunity to meet each other with more empathy and compassion heart. That's what Hailey Bieber said. So,
I mean, the hate was like getting out of hand, bitch.
It was like a lot.
Selena has a birthday, then Hailey Bieber has a birthday. Now she's copying her. Like, bitch, what the fuck is going on?
She got a birthday cake for her birthday, so now she's copying her.
Like literally, like the memes that they were doing out of it. Like,
some of them
hilarious.
Some of them are a little weird, bitch. The tattoo.
I mean, it's. I feel like they're living the same life. It is crazy.
I mean, she was like, let's get this out of the way that she was a fucking fan. She was a fucking fan. Hardcore, like a stan. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
Mayra,
and since we're talking about it, it is like she was giving very fan behavior for Justin and Selena. Like, it was crazy
for the both of them.
Like the way that she'd be in the red carpets, like fucking spying him miles away and running over there, like real lunatic behavior. But like
very stan. She had her whole stan account and everything. For sure.
Yeah.
So like, let's get that
crazy
out of the way. Like this assumption of her being a fan. It was 100% a fact. Like she was a hardcore stan of the both of them. And it's just very hard to believe that like now because she's married to him and like just because she's married now that she's like seen past that fan behavior. Like deep down, she's got to have a little bit of like, I gotta say it, like there has to be a slight bit of obsession over Selena, especially the fact that like now she's married to Justin. She was a huge fan of her, but now they're like kind of like, you know, like they got their own little shit going on, but they say they don't. Like, no, there's something there. There's something there.
I mean, it's weird as fuck.
There is something unspoken there that they could kiki and haha, we're good. Let's tell the world we're good. But like, I know y'all don't fuck with each other.
Yeah.
It's just, come on. But, you know, Selena Gomez is a queen for posting that to her stories. But I just want to know this. Why the fuck has Justin Bieber not said shit? Because he could have ended all this with one fucking post. Mayra, like your girl is getting fucking dragged by millions of people like every day. She can't even log on to TikTok because I'm sure like how the fuck does she not see these TikToks? She has to.
I know.
Like the fact that Selena has to come out with this, like, imagine having to go to the lengths of messaging your boyfriend's ex-girlfriend to like get some peace of mind because
maybe he's not trying to get in it because it's like has to do with,
if there's
I know what you mean though. Like I would be like, Brian, what the fuck is going on?
If there's any acceptable time where he should get in it should have been this. If you truly strongly feel like your girl doesn't deserve this, your wife is getting dragged through filth, saying that she was your fan, like you are heavily involved in this narrative, say something.
I know.
Like he could have easily just said like, y'all, it's not a big deal, like you know, like
leave my wife alone.
He could have said anything at all.
Maybe he's siding with the fans.
that part, that's why people are saying like, at that point, say something. Like, Mayra, for it to go to the lengths that she has to message Selena Gomez to be like, girl, help me, say something.
Yeah.
Instead of
I mean, And you know, like Selena was probably all for it before because she didn't say anything.
Well, I mean, Selena literally had commented on that TikTok that went viral. The one of Haley saying something about Taylor Swift. She was like, oh, like made a comment about, like, Selena's commented, literally said, you know, you could come for me, but don't come for my friends. Like, that was her validating, saying, like, I know y'all were talking about me.
Yeah.
So I think she definitely.
I think Selena's like, obviously she didn't need to address anything to begin with because this all started because of Haley, you know? So like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like, girl, like you started this, like,
and like,
you know?
Can we talk about the fact that, like, okay, I feel like the Kardashians are always in scandals, always. Yeah. But this one, it really did like change a lot of people's mind about the Kardashians, Jenners. Like, it's crazy, Mayra. I feel like they've been in a lot of scandals. But after this, I'm like, has Kylie fully recovered? Because, like, I still haven't heard anything from her.
Yeah.
I feel like Haley kind of, like, took it, like, I'm sure deep down at home, like, this is eating her alive. But, like, she was still going out to events. She was still posting very much, like, at least showing the world, saying, like, I'm still going to do me, bitch. At least that's what it was giving.
It had to affect her. I mean, clearly she reached out to Selena. Which is, like... I mean, I get it. Like, the videos are funny. Like, damn, girl. Like, talk about, like, going for your dreams, right? But the hate is, like, for like, the people seeing the comments or just literally the people dragging her.
I think that's what it is.
It's funny to them. But imagine the poor girl. Like, come on now.
No,
like,
yeah. I was going to say, I think what makes this such a, like, lighthearted drama, Mayra, I feel like with this, people, you know, you see all this online and it's like, it's funny and it's stuff because it's like, it's not a crazy scandal where she did some like, you know, some crazy, like, I don't know, I'm just thinking of in comparison to other scandals.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, this is something more like with relationship or, you know, things like that. So it's like more catty and like there's so much more to make fun of.
It's a fucking circus. It's like not even... And these things, I mean, it's crazy. Like,
it's definitely, it was mean. It was giving mean girl behavior for sure.
100%.
But like, it just went to, I don't think any of them knew it would blow up like this.
It all started because they were throwing shade, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, girl.
That's crazy.
What the fuck did you guys think was going to happen?
Yeah. I mean, they still say to this day that it was like completely a big coincidence. But I think, honestly, I don't even know what to think. But
I feel like metiches come in every fucking size and every, like, just like
everybody's a metiche.
Like, I don't give a fuck if you're a billionaire, bitch. I know you're talking shit about Selena with Haley. Like,
yeah,
like everybody is like, everyone,
like, I don't care how much of a saint you are, everybody likes a little chisme.
Like, and y'all have said your fair share of things about her. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys have.
Like, there's no way that there's not a little bit of like animosity there between the both of them. There's just no way, bitch. Like, come on now. And a part of me does feel for her because I'm like, you will literally, as sad as it is, like, and I'm sure she thinks about this, like, she's always gonna be seen as like her shadow almost, or just like that girl that is like obsessed with her. Like, damn, imagine living like that and you're like that forever. Like, I'm gonna be seen as this.
Imagine Justin Bieber stalker. Knowing like the history. Like, damn, like you really manifested this.
Imagine him, like he probably had a gist of like knowing like, oh, she was a fan. And I'm sure he's like, I mean, everybody was a fan of me. He has to be thinking that because he was like on top of the world. But imagine actually him coming across these TikToks. He was probably like, damn, bitch, you really were like,
I think he had an idea back then because there's a lot of times that he says that this marriage was arranged and he talks about all that. And I feel like you can't be that blinded. Like, I'm pretty sure everything added up and he was like, oh my God, this is fucking weird. And like, even just him proposing to her 2 months after him and Selena break up, it's just, everything was just like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not just saying crazy, anything, like, but the way the relationship looks like from a third person, like, he definitely treated Selena way differently than Haley.
And like, you know, obviously, like, behind the scenes, we don't know what happens. It's just like, to like the world, that's kind of what it looks like. And especially him not saying anything, like, for her to literally reach out to Selena, Mayra, like, girl, like, imagine having to reach out to your man's ex, bitch. Like, my pride is so big. Like, I'm gonna fucking crack down on you before I have to go to her. Yeah, like, you got me. She probably
did.
Mayra, imagine, like, you got me fucked up if I have to go run to your ex because you're not saying shit to defend me.
That says a lot of their relationship.
I'm like,
too. That says a lot.
It's just crazy, girl. But I mean, I'm glad Selena spoke out. You know, I'm sure deep down she was fucking cackling at these TikToks. Like, let's be real.
Yes, of course. That's why I'm like, girl,
as she should.
She could have spoken up before, seeing the way they were dragging the poor girl. Like, but she was here for it because they did her wrong. Like, of course.
Yeah, I'm sure like deep down she's like, fuck this bitch, but she wants to be the bigger person. And she's like, at the end of the day, she's like, I don't want this girl to fucking be bullied either. So Selena's a fucking queen. We stand, you know.
Yeah, she's a queen.
And I'm glad she spoke out because, like,
I'm Team Selena. Like, let me clear that up, but for sure. I'm not here for the bullying and death threats. That's like a little bit beyond. I feel like people definitely, there's a hate train. Like, bitch, 100%. Y'all doing the most.
Yeah.
But I'm Team Selena.
Yeah, girl. Speaking of TikTok, like, what's up with TikTok getting banned? Like,
Okay,
it's a real fucking concern.
CEO of TikTok, Mr. Chu. Yeah, he literally went on a meeting with Congress, bitch. Like, with Congress.
Really?
Yes. Like, you haven't seen it on TikTok?
I've seen that it's getting banned because of like the whole thing, how China's tracking us.
Our government is a damn joke, first of all.
Like, it's crazy, Mayra, because like Facebook and Instagram also tracks us. So like, what's the issue with another country tracking?
Like, the fact that, okay, so if you guys haven't seen it on TikTok.
Like, and honestly, like, can we just make our own decision? Like, I don't care to be tracked. Like, I'm sorry, but with TikTok, like, okay, whatever, track me.
I feel like, I think the United States is very selfish. I think we know that. And I think because this app is the number one on top of every other platform and it's not from America, they got to be shaking in their boots a little bit.
Oh, of course. Every platform's shaking in their fucking boots. They all want to be her so bad.
I also feel like even the government doesn't like the idea. I mean, there's a lot of things that we see on TikTok before it comes out in the news, or if it even comes out in the news in general. I feel like TikTok has everybody woke. You'll be hearing crazy news, Karina, that the news never talked about and you only see on TikTok. There's certain things that you're like, why is no one talking about this? Mm-hmm. And no matter how viral it gets on TikTok, they will not address it in the news because the government's behind it.
That's some bullshit.
I feel like that's why they don't like TikTok. I mean, it's pretty obvious. There's a lot of things that people are bringing out that somebody wouldn't have posted like on Facebook or Instagram, but like TikTok is literally like, you know,
literally like TikTok is so refreshing. It's what the humanity needed.
It's literally what humanity needed.
Like, y'all trying to take our only good thing, bitch.
Yeah. So
it's
basically,
so
like,
iconic. I love TikTok.
They were like saying like, oh, you know, kids are dying from this app, trying different challenges, and it's like, huh? Like,
that's always been a thing.
There was different excuses, like different excuses, or like, how do you know the age of like what these kids, like, how do you know if a kid's using the app? And he's like, they literally put their age down.
That's
like
the exact same thing though with YouTube and every other fucking
Is there
platform.
not someone like on fucking Instagram or Facebook, like a 5-year-old behind the screen? There probably is in every platform.
Well, first of all, like, I think the biggest thing here is the whole tracking thing. How China's like tracking us and they don't like the idea of like, you know, a foreign country tracking us. But like, we are being tracked by this country.
Yeah. I think the questions though, if you really look at the TikToks, the questions they're asking him are like, okay.
Oh my god.
Like, does your phone connect to Wi-Fi with TikTok? Like, well, if you turn the fucking Wi-Fi on, yes, it's gonna, like, your phone's gonna be connected to Wi-Fi.
Like at this point, I feel like we live in a world, like at this day and age, where I know my phone's listening to me at all times.
Yes.
And I'm okay with it. I've come to terms with it.
And they're not okay with it because it's not from America.
You know what I mean? I'm just kind of like, can we just all like make our own decision? And if we care to be tracked by them or not, like,
I don't care.
Like, honestly, I just feel like we're already being tracked by all these apps. Like, even the ones that don't admit to it, like, they have to be tracking something. And then, like, your phone's already always listening to you. Like, what's China tracking me gonna change it anything? Like, it's not.
Like, maybe they're more concerned about, like, you know, the government and all that. But it's like,
but the reality is, Mayra, like, the truth behind it has to be the fact that they're on top. And
that's what it is.
All these other like American like Instagram, Facebook, and all these other platforms, they can't stand the fact that this is a China app that's on top and they can't catch up.
The meeting was really awkward though. Like, the CEO, he was like, you could tell he was being very genuine, and he looked flabbergasted at the stupidest questions they would ask. He was like he would still answer them, but it was like, everybody responding. They're like,
if
what
y'all
the heck?
ban TikTok, can you imagine? No, but like I could see actual riots. Like, bitch, we riot at dawn for TikTok. Absolutely
bitch.
not.
I really think like the government just doesn't like the idea of TikTok because
they're on top and they can't see another country taking over, bitch.
Like literally.
Like, y'all, can they just have the damn app? Like, just give them that they made an incredible app. Like,
I think it's also because like they talk about literally everything on there and like the own government's being exposed.
And like, I totally get it. Like, you know, there's people really against like we're being tracked and all that. I get it. But like in this time and age, like just you having a phone, bitch, like they're listening. Like, you know what I mean?
Living in America in general, bitch, you got a social security, you got an ID. You're being tracked in every way possible.
Like, you're already using these other apps. If you're so against the tracking, like don't have all those other apps. Like if you're really about it, like I don't want to be tracked. Like I hope you don't got all these other apps, girl.
You're being tracked on your Facebook, girl.
But who knows if it's going to be banned or not. And it would be really sad if it is. But who fucking knows? I feel like this has been an ongoing rumor for years, actually, with TikTok. Like a couple years. I heard about this before. So when I heard about it again recently, I was like, I've heard about this before. But now it's actually serious.
Do they really have the power to ban it completely?
I think they do, Mayra.
Shit.
I think like once the president could just make that decision, like if they're going to ban it or not. I think they really do have the power.
But do you think? I think people would make like a big deal out of it.
Yes, like what the fuck are we gonna do with our life?
Like y'all, Instagram all of a sudden has reels. Like y'all took that idea from them.
YouTube has shorts.
YouTube has shorts. Everybody wants to be TikTok.
Facebook has
but
reels
let's
now
remove
too,
the real platform.
You know, Facebook has reels too now. Everybody's trying to keep up with a short content.
Yeah, like let's remove the real platform that literally destroyed Instagram and Facebook. Like, bitch,
they can't keep up, Mayra, and they're threatened. They're literally thinking like, this app is gonna end us all. We gotta do something about it. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about, spring is here, how we mentioned. Summer's coming up. I feel like spring is like the pregame to summer.
Yeah, it is.
100%. I'm just here for the vibes, y'all. And a lot of friends are traveling together for spring break.
Yes.
Bitch, why the fuck are we not on a trip right now? Imagine.
Well, I would be, but I can't. But
I know, right?
I want to. I don't know how realistic it is this year, but I really want to travel like somewhere nice.
I do too.
I feel like in general, with our friends, we've never gone anywhere. Like
we've gone to Vegas, bitch, but can we like all book a trip to Hawaii or something? That'd be iconic, bitch.
Yeah, like somewhere tropical.
I'm here for it. Oh my God. We have to, Mayra. I just want to be right now, like on a beach somewhere with a margarita, just like chilling. I love it. But have you heard about like a lot about how when friends go on trips, like what is it about all like friend groups going on these trips and they come back not friends? Like what is it about that? Like Mayra, you hear about it a lot. I've been hearing about it a lot on TikTok specifically. Mm-hmm. Like there's always issues when you go on trips. I feel like in our particular situation, like every time we've had, because we only go to like Vegas ever or like random road trips, I feel like it doesn't really ever like cause any like issues.
And I'll be like literally
group.
Like sharing rooms with like Elizabeth and we're completely fine.
And we never have issues like that. But it's a known thing that people, that friendships break. Like, why do you think that's a thing?
Because you get to see a different side of them. You get to see like their bad habits and stuff. Yeah. Certain things that might annoy you.
If you're sharing a room with them.
Like, is the bitch messy? Is she not? Like, what?
Or also like, you know how there's people, Mayra, that are like really planned. Like they like to plan everything. And say like you put this whole itinerary together for you and your friends. You're like, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. And then your friends are like, well, why don't we just like wing everything? Yeah. And then you're going to be like, bitch, I literally planned this whole thing. It took me weeks to plan this.
Or you might not agree on like the same dinner.
Mayra, there's people that like, what is a vacation in your head? Because when people think of vacations, some people are like, I'm going to rage fucking party. And then there's people that are like, I'm just trying to go relax. So like imagine all of you like have that different mindset. Like, bitch, y'all need to get on a group chat and like figure out what you're doing, because if y'all all go on this fucking trip and there's somebody that's like, I'm just here to relax, and like all your friends want to rage and party, they're gonna be like, why is this bitch here? She just wants to fucking sleep all day. So like what is, you know what I mean? I feel like you have to have those conversations.
It depends on like the place. If I'm going to Hawaii, bitch, I'm not trying to party.
Okay.
If I'm going to Vegas, I know I'm gonna party.
Yeah. But see, I could totally see our friend group in Hawaii fucking partying and relaxing. So it just depends, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
It just depends.
I think it depends, Karina, because actually last time we went to Vegas, Elizabeth was like trying to because I was very more like, I just want to do things throughout the day. Like during the day, let's go here, let's go there. Once nighttime hit, I was like, I'm staying in. Karina was like, I want to go bar hopping. I want to go to the club. Like Karina was like the night girl. I was like more of the day brunch girl.
And God bless Elizabeth, because this bitch is a ride or die. When I tell you, during the day, Mayra was like, let's do all these day activities. Let's go like to the M&M shop. I don't know, just candy shops, or like Mayra wants to walk around the strip.
Literal day activities.
So there we are, like, all right, let's do it.
No, but even you knew that you were gonna be more of the night girl.
I slept in.
You slept in.
Yeah,
Elizabeth was up like in the morning for the morning activities with me. And the poor girl, literally, when I'm already ready to lay in bed, she's getting ready to now party with you.
Yeah. So Elizabeth, a poor thing, was struggling, and it's just so funny because
did it though.
Elizabeth is a ride or
She's a true ride or die.
Like Elizabeth is here for it all. Like,
she was
what
exhausted.
A fucking queen, like, truly.
Okay, listen up, y'all. This message goes to all our fellow Latinos looking for a man or a girl or mama. Maybe you just want to make new friends. We have the perfect thing for you.
Chispa. Have you heard of it, girl? Chispa is the #1 dating app for us Latinos. If you are wanting to connect with someone like you, someone who understands the cultura, you need to check this app out, girl.
Meeting new people is always hard, especially if you want it to be familia or abuelita approved, girl.
Oh my God, yes, girl. It's hard as it is meeting new people. And in my own personal experience, I have always gravitated towards other Latinos because I want someone to relate to our culture, their tradition, the food, etc. I also want our families to like have a relationship too. If I was single right now, I could totally see myself on this app, girl.
So if you're single and ready to mingle, go on Chispa and find your Mexican bae, your Salvadorian bae, your Boricua, or tu Cubanito.
Next time your tias start asking, ¿y el novio? Or they want to set you up on a blind date, just download the Chispa app to meet the one that you could bring to the next carne asada.
And just like our moms love saying, uno nunca sabe, you never know. Something amazing could come out of it, and you might even meet your soulmate.
So get the Chispa app and tell your single friends too. It is free, y'all.
And remember to send us a DM and tell us all about your date.
There's different vibes in friend groups. Like, I don't care how much fun y'all have when you hang out for a few hours. If you're on a trip together, bitch, and like y'all all have different ideas of what a vacation is, shit is gonna happen. You're gonna clash. Like, you know, if you're all disorganized and like nobody made plans for anything, you think you're just gonna go wing it. Like all the restaurants, like you get there and you're like, oh, we can't go anywhere because we had to make reservations. Like, you know, so yeah, there's people that are more planned. There's people that are more laid back. Like, I think it's really just about like planning out trips, because it is a thing where people come back and like there's issues all the time.
People don't even end up being friends. Like
there's friendship breakups happening all the time when people go on trips. And then like the dynamic of like a lot of people being like in one house, there's always like drama bound to happen.
Yeah,
like, all the time.
100%.
Yeah, of course. Oh my gosh, Mayra, did you hear about the 7 friends that went to Cabo and only 6 came back?
I didn't hear about that.
This shit is crazy, girl. I don't have like all the details down to like the names.
When did this happen?
This was actually October of 2022, so a few months ago, if I'm not mistaken. I might be.
Oh, that was a while back. I heard of that one.
Okay, yeah. So 7 friends go to Cabo, and 1 person doesn't come back. Mm-hmm. So they're all telling, you know, she passes away in Cabo. She dies in Cabo. All the friends agree to come back, and they all tell the mom the same story, that she got alcohol poisoning. Uh-huh. She drank too much. Mm-hmm. So the mom, naturally being a mom, she's going to be like, what the fuck? You know, she's having these suspicions and stuff, you know? So this is what she's being told by all of them, that she had alcohol poisoning.
Planned it.
Until the autopsy comes back. She didn't get alcohol poisoning, Mayra. She had a broken neck.
What the fuck?
So they're like, what the fuck? Like she did not get alcohol poisoning. So then this is where like the investigation begins, bitch. So she went on this trip. Her parents say that they never really heard about those people that she went on a trip with. The parents only knew one of her friends that was on that trip, a guy. And he was like a family friend. He was in college with her. They literally had him over for dinner all the time. So they only knew him out of the friend group. The rest, they were like, we never really hear about them. Maybe they're new friends, but I think they were closer friends to him. Mm-hmm. It's like him, a bunch of girls, and her.
Was he part of it?
So, I mean, they all have to be part of it, right? They're all there on this trip. So he's there with them, and, you know, they get there, they get on the trip. She calls her mom, like, yeah, we just got here. Like, we're so excited. We're going to turn up. You know, I really need this vacation. She's like so excited to be on this trip with him, Mayra. And her getting there to the island, like, that's the last call she makes. Like, yeah, we're here. We're so excited. The very next day, they plan to like go swimming or something. And it's so sketchy because there's literally like Snapchat videos of her like throughout the day. Mm-hmm. She's like going to look for her friends because they're gonna go swimming. So they all like, I think they're gonna go like skinny dipping because she's like walking around the hotel and she's like, where are you bitches? Like, it doesn't take that long to get naked. Like, she's looking for her friends, right? Uh-huh. And then randomly she walks into a room and like they're all there. And when she walks in, like they're all together. And you could tell that they were like talking. Like, you know when you walk into a room and you're like, everyone's talking about me?
Yeah.
But like she just casually posted a Snapchat. She was just kind of like posting like, where are they at? Oh my gosh, they're taking forever to like freaking get naked, you know, to go swimming. What? And she walks into the room and they're just all there. Like, you could tell that they were probably talking about her. I'm like, it was so awkward.
That blows my mind because I feel like, you know, lunatics, they probably are like one in a group, right? Mm-hmm. How the fuck do you find everybody to agree on that shit?
So this is the thing.
That's
like
weird.
I think, who knows if they pre-planned this, but for sure that she walks into that room and that it's weird. Like, you could tell that maybe they all feel a certain way about her and they're just like cringing that she just came into the room. Because like they're all planning to go swimming and she's ready and she's like, where's everybody at? Everyone's taking forever to fucking change. And that's when she finds them all in a room together and she's like, y'all are taking forever. And they're just all like, she came in. You know what I mean? You know when you walk into a room and
vibes, you feel
and it's sad because I don't even think she realized it. But like on the story, like everyone's saying they're like, oh yeah, like why are they all in the room and you're like looking for them because they're taking forever to get ready.
But like, what happened?
So that happens, right? That's the story that's posted.
When her mom got the call, she knew she already had passed from alcohol poisoning?
No. Okay, so let me tell you this. She calls her mom. She's like, we're here. We're going to turn up. We're so excited. Like, yes, I'll call you tomorrow. That's the last call she gets from her. The very next morning, that's when I'm saying she posts that story, like, y'all, we're going swimming, you know? And they end up, you know, drinking as they should. They're in Cabo. Like, you're expected to drink, you know? Mm-hmm. The guy that's the closest to her, the one that her family actually knows, the only person they know, because the rest of the group, like, she just probably, like, barely friends with him, whatever.
Yeah.
She met them through him. He posts a story, and she's one of the first to, like, black out. She's, like, drunk. And the story is so weird, though. Like, the story that he posted, he's like, we got one body, one dead body, like, and he's like showing her, but she's just blacked out. She's drunk. But I don't know if he's just saying that, like saying like one body down type of thing. But he literally says like dead body. But she's alive. She's just passed out. Like they end up like, you know, finding out later, like it was just him saying like, oh, you know, we got one down. Like she was just blacked out. Whatever. So then randomly, you know, her parents get a phone call from him, from the friend, and he calls him and says, very chill. He's like, oh, you know, she got alcohol poisoning, but like, the medics are on their way. She's good. Very chill, like reassuring them, like she got alcohol poisoning, but like she's fine. Mm-hmm. And the parents are obviously freaking the fuck out. Like, what do you mean she has alcohol poisoning? Like, if you get me a call, someone got alcohol poisoning, bitch, I'm freaking the fuck out. My daughter's in another country. What do you fucking mean? Like, you know, she's turning up, but alcohol poisoning? How did it get to that point?
How do you know when you have alcohol poisoning?
Well, usually I think you're like unresponsive, but you're like throwing up and stuff. I don't know. I'm not really sure, but he calls and tells him that. So the mom, I guess he reassures her. I'm sure she's freaking out, but she's also thinking like we know him. He's a family friend. Like she probably feels a little safe knowing that at least he's there with them. He's reassuring them like she's fine. Mm-hmm. The medics are on their way. Mm-hmm. An hour later, he calls them like she's dead. Yeah, he calls him like an hour later that she's dead. So obviously they're like, what the fuck, whatever.
Wait, so the paramedics got there.
Okay, so going back to that, see, it's just such a long story, y'all. I really, really recommend you guys to like dive into this story because it's so good. But like, well, not good as in, it's just so interesting. Not good, it's interesting. So going back to that story, there's actually a doctor that like did go see her, but she didn't like examine her. I guess they call the doctor over. The doctor pulls up and she doesn't really examine her. She just kind of sees her, and they tell her like oh, she's really drunk, like that she's just super drunk. So the doctor, they're in Mexico. The doctor, the medics that's there, he's just kind of like, or she, I don't know. It's just like, oh, okay, like she believes it because they're in Cabo, they're all drunk. They're like, okay, she like, and they tell the kids, well, the other people, I'm all over the place. They tell her like she's really dehydrated, like she probably needs like an IV.
Yeah.
She tries to do an IV on her, but she can't find her veins because I'm sure she's like super fucking dehydrated. And they actually tell them like that you guys should call an ambulance because she looks like really bad. But she never like examines her to see what's going on. She just says like, you guys should call an ambulance. Somewhere along the way, I don't know, like there's so many details to this I'm probably missing. But yeah, like an hour after that, like she passes away. And
from alcohol poisoning?
No, like that's what they tell the parents, but she had a broken neck. It's still an ongoing investigation, by the way, Mayra.
So nobody's like arrested?
I believe one person, like there's a warrant for her arrest because, oh my God, it's so many details to this, you guys.
Wait, I need to like dive in.
Mayra,
I've seen this on TikTok. I just never dived into it.
So as the investigation is going on, a video leaks to the internet of this poor girl getting beat up by one of the girls at this Airbnb.
Huh?
She's getting like beat up by her. It's so sad. And like, so now
she's drunk.
Yes.
What?
So now they're like starting to think, like this is, and nobody's doing anything. They're just letting her beat her up. I believe that girl, like, I don't know if she's arrested yet, but I know there's like a warrant out to arrest her.
Why would?
It's just like this whole big thing. Like it's still actively being investigated. So that's why there's so many details and like there's not enough like, to say about it. But it's just this whole thing, Mayra. It's crazy. And like, you're like, who are these girls? Like they barely even knew her. She probably met them through him and they're probably just haters. And like, just, it's so crazy. And like, yeah, like she did not get alcohol poisoning.
But when they got there to check her if she was dehydrated or in general, they didn't see that she was like, beaten up or anything. Like
that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, I don't understand. There's so much to this story.
She could have physically looked hurt, right?
Right? But like the doctor just kind of like saw her. She didn't actually like, I'm thinking like if she had a broken neck, like did she not see anything? But the kids is telling her like, yeah, she's drunk. I think she just, like, doctor just believed it because they're like, well, they're all intoxicated. This person's probably intoxicated too. But really they were like, they're dying.
Oh my God.
And the parents are like, why the fuck did you guys not call an ambulance if the doctor said like she needs to go to the hospital? She looks extremely dehydrated. I can't even find her veins. She needs to go to the hospital. Like she tells them, your friend needs to go to the hospital. And they declined it because the medical bill was going to be too high.
Bitch,
but let me tell you
how high that shit is. Don't let me die.
But the thing is, like, they're actually like this Airbnb that they're in sleeps like 12 people. Like it's huge, super luxurious. It's over $1,000 a night. Like y'all paid over $1,000 a night, but y'all can't take your friend to the doctor because you're worried about the medical bill. At that point, bitch, like call her mom and be like, hey, we're taking her to the hospital. Like this bill is a little big for us. I could guarantee you that her parents would have been like, fuck the bill, we'll take care of it. Take her to the fucking doctor.
Yes.
Take her to the hospital. Like, come on. It's all just so sketchy, Mayra, that they declined. They went around it and they were like, no, we're not taking her to the hospital. Why? Because they knew that if she went to the hospital, they would find fractures.
They would know like she was beaten up. Like, bitch, what?
Exactly.
And they all saw her getting down. Her getting beat up.
Well, in the video of her getting beat up, like, I didn't watch it, but they describe it as very graphic and like nobody's doing anything to stop it at all. They're just watching. Like this girl, and she's not even fighting back, like at all, Mayra. It's like so fucked up. Was she
like that drunk or?
I don't know. I think they're like, somebody said that someone's telling her like, are you not gonna fight back? And then she's like, no. And she's just getting beat up. I'm like, this is so fucked up, like so fucked up. Like she wasn't a fighter,
pissing me
Myra.
the fuck off. Like
I was hearing this story, Myra. Like I was hearing a podcast of it actually, like going in depth of the story, and my blood was boiling. I was like, fucking bitches. Like, oh my gosh.
Karma's a bitch, and bitch, we're coming for you.
And Myra, the fact that like, okay, so she passes away, they all cancel their trip and fly back home. I get it. You're like, okay, somebody just died. We got to end this trip, right?
Yeah.
But you think about the fact that like your friend's body is now here in Mexico. Like, don't you think that at least one person would be like, I got to stay behind and make sure that my friend's body goes back to their family and like rearrange everything.
Yes.
Like arrange everything. Like this tragedy just happened. Like, let's say you're innocent. This tragedy just happened. Of course the trip is fucking canceled. Why the fuck are we going to party like someone's dead, you know?
Yeah.
I understand that. But it's like, you would think that the friends are like, okay, well, our friend is literally dead. Like, we got to like, their family's at home. You know, we have to at least bring this baby back to her parents. Like you would think that somebody would at least arrange that. But no, they all cancel their fucking thing and fly home. And like act like, you know, and she's still at this like coroner's, like her body's still there. And you're like, girl, what the fuck? So then her parents are left to deal with everything and figure it all out. And when they look into it, that's when they discover like it's all bullshit. And you're like, what? And because it was in a different country, Myra, like it just makes it harder. Like, bitch, isn't that so crazy?
I mean, their karma is eventually is gonna, I would hope, come to those bitches. Like,
and
you're
it's so
going
hard,
to fucking
Myra.
jail, bitch. Get ready. Like,
And it's so hard because
I'm
like
pissed.
it's hard because like, you know, laws are different in every state. It's like, I don't know on every country, especially it happening in Mexico. I know that like Mexico themselves took action. And I believe they have a warrant like for her, like the girl that was beating her up in the video. But like, how do they hold people accountable over there? Because I feel like here in the US, like everybody involved would do jail time.
Yeah. The simple fact that they like literally watched this girl get beat up and not do anything about it.
And somehow,
like
Myra,
all you bitches were hating and were in on it.
and somehow the doctor witnessed the death. Like the doctor never left. The doctor got there, said your friend's dehydrated, tried to do an IV. Couldn't get an IV, said your friend needs to go to the hospital. But like she was there when the friend died too. So she was there for over like I'm not sure.
What
the
was
doctor
he doing there?
I don't know, but like the doctor was there when the person passed. So it's like, what the fuck happened? Like, did y'all not see her start? Like, it's so confusing. There again, I don't know every detail, y'all, and I may be like the timeline may be off. Some of my details may be a little off too. But I'm like really invested into the story, and once we get an update, like I'm gonna let y'all know because I'm like, bitch, it's just like actively an investigation right now. I'm like, talk
That
about
shit
like shit going down on trips, and then that happens.
I feel like this is why you don't go on trips with someone that you barely know.
Like I gotta be comfortable with you to go on a trip with you.
I mean,
it's because Myra, this is what's
don't know
hard.
people.
She knew that guy. Like they were really close friends. They literally grew up together. Like big family friend. He has some friends going on the trip. You know, sometimes you do go on a trip and you're like, oh, so and so's bringing other friends and stuff. But this is just crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
Like what? Oh my gosh, I don't know. I feel like and that makes you think too. Like, you know, if you're gonna go on a trip with people, you know, maybe go with people. I just can't
imagine how the parents feel. Like
horrible.
You try to protect your kids from this world, and the people that you thought they would be fine with on a trip, like end up killing your child.
Absolutely horrible. Like
bitch, I would be fucking murdering all those bitches if that was my daughter.
Like, girl, there's just so much to it. Like, it's ridiculous, y'all. Like, it's so sad. You read into this story and you're shook. Like, what the fuck happened? Like, I hope all these bitches are in jail soon.
I think that's what I'm trying to wrap my head around, Karina. Because like you hear about like fucking psychopaths, like you know they're out there, but like how do you all equally a group like are that crazy to be like, yeah, let's plan to kill this person?
Like what?
Like
the
bitch,
fuck?
like how did you all agree to that?
People
like bitch, you got me fucked up.
You hear about stories like this all the time where people are set up. There was a story that Jasmine told me about recently, our little sister, how there was a girl that got invited to like a sleepover and they all collectively beat the fuck out of her for absolutely no reason. I don't know what issues they had, but y'all invited this girl to this sleepover.
Yeah.
To beat her up. And she's like literally like swollen from head to toe. Like it's so fucked up. Like why would you guys do that? Like, holy shit.
I feel
it
like with
just blows my
scenarios like that,
mind.
even like the Cabo scenario, like it's giving like Mean Girl, like they're insecure and they're jealous of her. It's giving that
jealousy. Like, for you to set anybody up, bitch, like, I think
It's
that's
giving
so
that.
horrible. Like, when you set someone up.
Yeah.
Like, these bitches are fucking insane, and I hope they all fucking rot in jail.
That part.
But I just had to bring that up because we were talking about the whole, like, you know, friends and stuff. It's just so crazy, girl. I'm like, oh my gosh, another thing, girl. Oh my gosh, so random.
Okay,
Like,
why am I not updated with any of this?
on TikTok, I saw this thing, and I literally saw it last night, like in the madrugada, and I was like, I have to bring this up.
Yeah.
There's a girl, she's like, you know, those people will be like, put a finger down, and then they'll start telling this crazy ass story.
Yeah.
So there's this girl. I have to play a TikTok. I just have to because, like, you need to hear it for yourself.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Okay, here she is.
Put a finger down if the Miami-Dade Police Department calls you and tells you that they have recovered your husband's body and he is dead by apparent suicide. So you and your family plan his funeral. And everyone is shocked that this happened. But you're on bad terms with your ex-husband's family, so you stay in California and they stay in Florida while they plan the funeral. And you don't go to the services in Florida because his family said it would be way too traumatic if you were to show up because you guys were on bad terms because you were in the middle of a divorce with your husband.
You hear it?
So throughout this entire process, you talk to a coroner's office, you talk to a funeral home, you make arrangements, you even pay for things. And you believe that on January 22nd, your husband took his life and it is now March. And you spend months grieving and you even think about unaliving yourself because you feel like you're the one that did it. Mm-hmm. And one day you go on live on TikTok and someone tells you to check your DMs because they have information regarding your husband. And you open the DM only to find out that your husband is not only alive, but he is living in Mexico with his mistress of 6 years, who he's been having an affair with.
What? Wait.
What?
So did the family know about that?
I'm assuming the family knew because they're telling her, like, oh, you don't come to the services because, you know, there's issues and whatever. But
wait, why would you do that to a human? Put them through
imagine
that trauma.
like having to fake your own death to leave a relationship.
Bitch, I think I might. I think
what
I
the
might.
fuck?
I might do mentally better if you just tell me my man fucking left.
Bitch, I thought you were saying I might have to fake my death. Like,
no,
what?
like bitch, you want to fuck me up from the head? Yeah, like I would accept it. Like, he left me for another bitch than fucking grieving and planning a whole funeral. I'd rather have him cheat on me. Yes.
Yeah.
What?
I'd much rather have you tell me that you have a whole other fucking family and that I'm the mistress than to tell me than to think you're dead.
Yeah.
He really said
100%.
He really said this is over for real this time because he made her think he died. For her to be in
family to
contact,
be
Mayra,
in on that shit though.
for the links that were made for this story, because the fact that she was in contact with a funeral home and the coroner's office, the coroner is what like holds bodies. Like, they went so deep into this that they convinced the coroner to like, what kind of connections do these people have for it to seem that legit, bitch? She literally grieved her husband for months.
That is
Like, what happens when she
horrible.
finds out that he's alive? Like, I know that like she's obviously gonna be really mad that he's been cheating on her, but like, there
I'm
has
gonna
to
make
be,
sure I have funeral arrangements for you for sure after that shit, girl.
right? No, but like,
the
I feel like
fuck?
a part of her was like, oh my god, he's alive. Like, of course she's probably thinking she's dreaming, and she's like, oh my god, he's alive. But then
Yeah.
also like, he's been cheating on you this whole time. Like, wait, he has a whole family.
I mean, I would be relieved, but I'd be like, what kind of fucking lunatic plans a death? Like, fakes a death to just leave with another bitch?
yeah, because I guess he had a whole family.
Maybe
and,
that
like,
actually
she was
would
a
be hoping that you're fucking dead after that. Like, how fucking dare you, like, mentally put me through that just to, like, leave?
And she thought that he unalived himself, girl. So
Like,
she's
what?
thinking, she's literally saying that she had those thoughts because she thought that she was the cause of him doing that. For her to find out, like, oh no, he's actually like in another country with his family, and I was just the mistress. So now he has to get rid of me. So he has to fake his death. Like, she
They
literally
were married,
mourned
though?
him. I think they were they. Oh no, yeah, you're right. No, you're right. Yeah, it was her ex-husband, and I believe he has a mistress with a family. I'm probably getting it mixed up, but
Damn.
isn't that crazy? Like, imagine, bitch. Like,
Just say you don't want to be with me. Like, why fake a whole death. That's
like not
crazy.
you faking your death because you don't want to like admit to your wrong.
I don't even know how you take that news.
Like what the fuck, bitch? Like you really had to fake your death.
Oh my God.
Like was it that bad? Like just say like it's over. So like what the fuck?
You don't even have to explain yourself.
His
like,
family
at
was
least
in on it too.
Just say you don't want to be with them.
Like your whole family's in on this shit. Like what is going on, bitch?
Who the fuck? Why would you put someone through that?
A lot of times too, like people will try to hire hitmen and like, you know, because
I don't understand that.
because they're like, I want to leave you, but also like I might as well get rid of you so I can have your insurance money. Like what the
I've
fuck
seen
is
a
wrong
couple
with
of
these
those
people?
people that hire hitmans, and I'm like, you are an actual lunatic to do
And
that.
a lot of
shit.
times like the hitman actually works with like the
I
FBI
found one.
or whatever.
I found one out where I came across one where the hitman, he was like a cop. He was literally like behind it all, and he literally has it on camera. And he asks her like, "Are you sure?" She's like, "Yes, I want him dead." I'm like,
My
bitch,
God.
like how do you? And then even like after. When they're like, you know, asking her questions, she's like over here crying, like, "Oh my God," like fully,
No.
like she
Like,
even
bitch.
came out in the news, like outside of the house, crying that her man had got killed.
Imagine
I'm like,
how embarrassing.
lunatic
Hold on.
ass bitch.
Imagine how embarrassing, like everything unraveling, and then you thinking like, "Oh my God, everybody saw me crying," but they also saw clips of me agreeing to this. Like, bitch, you must feel stupid as fuck. That's so embarrassing. Like, girl, oh my God. Or there's people that even will fake their own death, like try to fake their own death for their own insurance money, like so that their wife could get their insurance money, but like they're faking their own death. Like people are fucking crazy.
That's a
Myra.
little extreme.
Have you watched the Murders
Murder.
on Netflix?
I haven't. I
Watch
need to
it,
watch it.
today, Myra.
Is it new on there?
It is like this family that is, they're like really important, like in the law. I'm so stupid, but oh my gosh, I can't even explain in detail because I don't know like the right wording for the whole law thing. But they just got away with a lot of shit because they were like a lot of murder. Like you need to watch it. I can't even explain it to you. Just watch it. Like just watch it. It's so fucking good. It's giving that like the whole, I don't know. It's just crazy. A lot unravels at the end.
But there are also people, like you said, fake their death for insurance. There's people that will kill their partners for the insurance
or hire hitmen. Like, or when they just really want to leave a relationship, but they're like, no, just might as well really get rid of them. Like, bitch.
Some people like the Chris Watts case. That was a case that I've dug so deep in it when it had just happened. I remember telling you about it. Remember?
Yeah, that case. Like, I will always. Oh my gosh. Do you also have like a bunch of recommendations on stuff like that on your YouTube? Like, I'll log in on YouTube and all my recommendation is like, oh, women. Like, I'm sure I'll find one right now.
Breaks when they like ask her.
Yeah, like the interrogations. I love watching those. Yeah, that crazy. Chris Watts case, I was really, really heavily like looking into it. It's insane.
I can go on and on
like,
about that
people's
case.
mindset for you to be like, oh, you know what? Like, I want this new lifestyle, and I want to get rid of my family, so I'm gonna kill them.
Chris Watts one, it just was like so disturbing because of the kids.
All of it,
like all of it. The wife, she was pregnant
with your first son. Like, what the fuck? All of it, bitch.
It like
people are literally insane.
Yeah,
for you to have that thought process and act out on it and think like it's all dandy and now you're gonna have this new life
over like another bitch, like
what the fuck is wrong with you?
A life with?
Oh my gosh, I'm going into a wormhole. But did you see that lady that put her man in a suitcase? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like this bitch is,
and she supposedly forgot to open him.
If you guys watch when the cops get there, she's so nervous. Like you just feel the tension through the video. Did you see it? How she's like, "Can I get some water? I need water." And they're like, "No, you can't go. I really have cotton mouth. I have to. Can I just please? It's right there. I need a cigarette." She's like, literally, like this woman is like, she's so nervous that you could tell she just needs a split second away from them. So she could just like, I could imagine her thinking like, I just need to like, for a split second, really take the shit in that I just committed murder. Like, what is the reason? Like,
no, and like, bitch, you didn't have this nervousness thought process while you were doing it. Like,
so guys, if y'all have not heard of this, not this turning into like a murder mystery episode.
Oh my god, we need to do an episode on this talking about those things.
We need to like dive deep into like a case. Let us know down below, you guys, and we should do like we should randomly have like murder episodes, like where we dive deep, kind of like those murder mystery people that like will really go deep into all that. We should do one of those. But this girl literally like her and her man, like they're having a night of drinking. I don't know what the fuck happens, but this man ends up in a suitcase. She allegedly, she says that they were, you know, laughing, kiki, haha, whatever. And that he's like, let me get in this suitcase. And that she was like, okay, fine, we'll put you in this suitcase for fun. This is what she says. Like, bitch, okay, yeah, all random.
Who would, why? What kind of drugs are you fucking on?
The point is, he does go in the suitcase. And then her story is that she went upstairs because she was like sleepy. She falls asleep. She wakes up, comes downstairs, and she's like, oh my God, I forgot he was in the suitcase. Opens it up, he's dead because he's suffocated in the suitcase. So she's like telling the cops, she's like, I fell asleep. Oh my God, we were playing around. He ended up in the suitcase. I fell asleep. Oh my God, you know. And then she's in the interrogation room.
Wait.
And they're like, so he fell asleep. You fell asleep, huh? Okay. And then they pull up like, because they went through her phone, obviously, you know. Mm-hmm. They pull up this video of her recording him in the suitcase, recording the suitcase, and he's like, Sarah, I can't breathe, get me out of here. And she's like, yep, that's my name, don't wear it out. And he's like saying like, I can't breathe, and she's like, fuck you. Like, so this bitch literally makes this whole narrative. She's like, what? He wanted to go in the suitcase. I was just going along with him. Like, he wanted to play this game of hide and seek, and he wanted to go in the suitcase, so I let him go in there, and I just fell asleep because I was drunk. That was her thing. But then in the interrogation room, there's a video literally. And when they pull up that video, I think she was so drunk, she didn't even realize that video was in her phone. The bitch looks like she wants the fucking ground to open up and eat her in that moment. She literally, like, her face, she's like, and they're like, that's you in that video, right? And she's like, I don't remember. Like,
wait, hold on.
Yes.
What?
And then, of course, the autopsy comes out. He has, like, bruises everywhere. So they come down to the conclusion that he was literally, like, put in the suitcase upstairs. He was thrown down the stairs in the suitcase. He has bruises all over his body. What? This bitch literally took a video of him. So it's just like, that video just seals everything. It's already suspicious as fuck, but that video sealed everything. And they're like, bitch, you literally record him saying, fuck you, bitch. Like, while he's in the suitcase saying, Sarah, I can't breathe.
How do you fucking marry someone not knowing they're fucking monsters like that?
And
that's
she is literally, that is such a good case too. If you watch the interrogation, you're like on the edge of your seat. Like, this bitch, like, and she's lying through her teeth, and then they pull up this video, and like the room goes fucking crickets, bitch. Like, it's just like, oh my goodness, this bitch. And they're telling me like, what did you think was gonna happen?
Someone can do that.
It's crazy, girl. And then she's like so defensive too. I'm like, girl, you just committed murder, and you're acting like if you're a victim. She's like, I've been punished enough. I have to live without him, like, blah, blah, blah. And, like, the interrogators are just looking at her
bitch, like, because you did this, yeah.
Because you did that. And she's like, but it wasn't my intent. And they're like, he's dead. Like, bitch. And then, like, they're arresting her, and she's still saying, like, what's going on? Like, what happened? And they're like, he's dead. And they're like, why are you guys doing this? And they're like, because he's dead. Like, what the fuck do you mean, bitch? I don't know. You need to watch it. Girl, this is, like, literally me when I'm getting ready, when I'm working, anything. I'm either listening to a podcast or I'm listening to those interrogations, bitch. Some people are fucking unhinged. Obviously, they fucking committed murder, but crazy, girl.
Bitch, it just makes me like think like, who the fuck is in your circle that might shock you one day?
Oh my God.
That's the kind of shit that makes me think I'm looking at Brian like, bitch, she better not be the cause of my fucking death.
Oh
you like, God. No, you hear this shit and you're like, you hear about this in marriages that they were together for years. And I'm like, I was married to a monster
like Mayra,
that I didn't even know.
Or like, do you yourself know if you're capable of that? Like, that shit trips me out. I'm like, girl, let me find out. No, I'm just kidding. Never, right? Like, you know in your heart you would never.
Don't look at me like that. Brian's out here. What the fuck is going on?
He's like, you know, you plumbing us, okay? I don't like why.
Like, no, this is why I'm like so flabbergasted. I'm like, how the fuck can somebody mentally just do that and like go to sleep?
Oh yeah,
like, bitch.
Like it really just really makes you think like, what in the fuck? Because you think about like, does any actual person that has committed murder like did any of them ever think they would do it, or were they really those people that their whole life they were like, I would never do that, and then like they shock themselves? That shit trips me out, bitch.
You gotta be on God some fucking drugs, I think, to shock yourself.
Like,
because you gotta know your fucking limits too.
One thing is being extremely angry and saying some shit you don't mean, but then acting on it, like, bitch, oh my gosh, I just can't. Like,
yeah,
what?
like I've had my fair share in arguments where I can't even stand looking at his face. But to literally fucking plan to kill him, bitch, what?
Yeah, there's a difference between you having an argument and you being like, "Oh, I want to fucking kill you right now," but like you're not gonna,
like you're not actually thinking of killing them. Like know? What in the world?
Crazy.
I don't know, girl. This shit's giving me like anxiety just thinking about like even the suitcase. Like I'm like you claustrophobic just thinking about that shit.
And you're thinking you're like, okay, you're mad at them, right? You didn't think about going downstairs. Like, is he okay in there? Like. She calls like, did she think
Mayra? That he was not gonna die? Like, was she just being petty? Like that's crazy.
It's giving that. So when she's talking about it, like it's giving like I don't know if to think like she knew he was gonna die, or I don't know if to think that she thought like, oh, he's not gonna die, and I'm just gonna be petty, and like, what if she did fall asleep, and then she was like, oh my god, he fucking stay on the suitcase. I don't know.
Like what if she was just dragging it on, being petty, and then she realized she actually went to sleep? Like,
no, but she doesn't call the cops until like 1 p.m. the next day. And they're saying like she woke up like at 12 and they're asking her like, why did it take you an hour to call the cops? And she's like, because I was giving him CPR. Blah, blah, blah. Like, girl.
I mean, I still like, I'm trying to think like the pettiest fights, bitch. You don't put somebody in a suitcase.
That part.
And why the fuck would he agree to get in a suitcase to begin with?
I don't know. That's what's fucked up. Like they were probably drunk and she convinced him to get in there for fun. And the bitch fucking locked him in there. Like, oh my God, people are so evil.
Yeah. I can't. So what would you do if this was someone that you knew, that you cared about, and you knew they would never do this? Would you believe them?
Like if they're being accused of murder?
Would you believe that it was an accident or that they actually did it?
I mean, mama, like I might like know you, like what I know about you, and I think I know your heart, but if evidence is pointing to you being a fucking murderer,
I would be like, Karina, what the fuck did you do? Oh my God,
no. Mayra, why would you do that to Brian?
No, yeah, let's think about that, Karina. Mayra. If I call you like, I put Brian in a suitcase yesterday and I was so drunk, I blacked out and like he's dead and I'm freaking out because I know I'm going to jail. Like, what would you tell me?
Oh my God.
Like, bitch, I would be like, first of all, why the fuck did you put him in a suitcase?
No, because I'm thinking like, I think my first thought would be like, what do you mean? Oh my God. I would realize like, oh my gosh, she fucked up bad. But like a part of me just like knowing you, I would be like, ay pendeja. Like I would feel so bad for you at the same time.
Yeah.
But deep down, like, of course I want justice for him too. Like he was the victim. Yeah. And like, you're going to have to do jail time.
Like, if you were like, I'm trying to like
imagine really me calling you Mayra, like, Mayra, like, I was so mad. Like, I don't know, fucking, I'm just thinking of something like, I don't know, like shot him or something, or, you know, like things like that. Imagine. Like, I'm really trying to think of that actual scenario. Like, what the fuck do you do? Like, your sister, you know, your sister's heart. I think I would
just be shocked because, like, I know, like when people are angry, they're angry, but like, I would be like, you actually knew you knew that shooting him would kill him, bitch. Like,
oh my God.
Or like,
what if I'm like freaking out? Like, I can't believe I did this. Oh my God. Like naturally, as my sister, you're gonna be like, oh my God.
Okay, if you had a friend and they were like fully regretting like doing something, like, would you cover for them, or are you like telling them like, no, bitch?
No, I'm not covering for anybody. Like, I'm sorry, but even my own husband, my own mother, like, when it comes to covering up for people, like, do not drag me into this shit. No, I love you, and you know, you fucked up and whatever, but this person also, like, you did that.
Yeah.
And I'm not about to do jail time for covering up for you.
I love my friends, but I don't stand for that lunatic shit.
Yeah. Like,
I don't care how close we are, how long we've been friends, bitch.
I don't know you apparently.
Murdered your fucking husband. You're going to jail, bitch, and I'm snitching you out right now. 911. You know, I would not. No, because there's people like ride or fucking dies where they're like, oh yeah, girl, like, you know, I'll help you hide the body. Like, bitch,
I'm not helping nobody hide a fucking body.
Fuck no. Like, bitch, keep me out of this. Unless you want me to snitch your ass out.
My own daughter, I will not help her hide a fucking body. I'd be like, you got me fucked up.
Yep.
Go turn your ass in right now.
Yeah, that part.
Like, absolutely not. I don't care who you are to me. I'm not going to cover up for you. And as as
I would
much
feel
as I
bad
know
for
you.
Like if it was like you, I'd be like, damn, Karina, you really fucked up.
Yeah.
But bitch, don't be coming to me because I'm gonna fucking call the cops. Like,
Yeah.
like
I'm gonna
if I know
convince you.
Raul's dead and you're like not calling the cops and nothing's going on, I don't know. I would just be more mad that you even told
I'm
me.
not
'cause
gonna
then I would
call.
want to.
This is the thing. If something horrible happened, I'm not gonna call and be the one to be like, my sister did this.
No, yeah,
If I
yeah.
have to, I will. But I'm going to.
But if he's
convince you.
missing, and
I'm going to convince you. Like, go turn yourself in.
yeah, like if he's missing and they're interrogating everybody, like bitch, like at that point, like bitch, say something, or I'm gonna say it because now
that
they're
point-
interrogating me,
And at that point, I'm being
and
interrogated.
now I could go to fucking jail for knowing.
Yeah, and I'm gonna feel so fucking bad, but I'm gonna be like, I mean, my sister, like, she did call me. Like, I don't know, like, it feels so bad. It feels like a girl code almost, but
Me hoping that you're gonna back me up, like
no, it's
kidding.
the thing is, like, my own mom, anybody, like, you committed murder, like, oh my gosh, you probably did not mean to, but this is a victim now. Like,
I like
this
don't drag
person
me
died,
in this. Yeah,
and you need to
pay for it.
You need to pay for it, girl. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm not for the like. I'll help you hide the body because that's the thing that people say. Like, girl, I'll help you. Like, bitch.
Like, what? Yeah, people will say that as a saying, like, "Oh, I'll hide a body for this bitch," and it's like, I don't care who you are.
I ain't
bitch.
hiding body
Don't
for
drag me.
anybody.
Yeah, I ain't going to jail for nobody, bitch. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Like,
That part.
absolutely not. But
This episode turned into Forensic Files, bitch. What is going on?
oh my gosh, I used to love that show.
It kind of freaks me out. I feel like it gets me depressed watching it. Do
You
ever
know,
just play
Forensic
it?
Files is too much sometimes, but I
It's
like
a little
like
bit too much.
I'm more into like the mystery, like the murder podcast where they're like just talking about everything. Forensic Files is a bit much, seeing like all the pictures and shit. Like,
I feel like Forensic Files, even the way that the guy talks, telling the stories, I'm like seeing the faces of the people that died. I'm like, this is too much, a little
yeah.
too dark for me.
I think I just like watching like podcasts when people talk about them.
Yeah,
Those interrogation rooms, bitch.
the interrogations are
I love when they
hilarious.
crack them down and they're up and they're like,
or when they're just
wait.
not admitting to it. I'm like, bitch, like
Or when they think they're not being recorded in the interrogation room, like when they leave, they're saying some shit. Like they're calling their mom, like, Mom, like, I lied to them. I actually did kill them. And it's like, you're being recorded. Like, people not think about this shit? If you're in an
I think in
interrogation
that
room,
moment you're not thinking that there's a fucking camera recording you.
oh my gosh, it's just so crazy, bitch. But sheesh.
Damn, this episode took a fucking turn, girl.
It's get on the Murdo trials, Mayra.
I'm gonna watch
trials.
whatever you said.
Watch it.
Yeah.
It's so good. You're gonna be shocked.
It's crazy.
But-
It's a crazy world we live in, and you got to be careful who you're friends with. If you're getting any weird vibe, this is why. If you're just getting
Bitches are
weird,
jealous.
bitches are jealous. If you're getting a weird vibe from your group, walk the fuck away. Like it's not even worth it.
Really, like your close friends, guys. Like really pay attention to your close friends. Don't. I would say like a thing of advice, like don't go on trips with people you don't know. Like you gotta really feel comfortable.
I mean,
with
the sad
everyone
part
there.
is that like it could even be your own group, but
that
which
part.
is so crazy.
which is so sad. Yeah, that like
You know.
horrible.
You gotta watch your fucking back.
But yeah, y'all.
Take pepper spray.
Like,
Spray all you bitches.
but that episode took a little turn, but I enjoyed this episode.
I did too. I really want to actually do a one where we talk like about like a case.
Let's really get into a case. Comment down below.
I mean,
guys.
I'm really into the Chris Watts case.
The Chris Watts case, but I feel like that one is so known.
It was like in 2017.
Maybe a little bit something more recent where we could really dive in.
Yeah.
Or even we're shocked
I think
about it.
you guys should let us know in the comments.
Yes, you guys. If you guys have like any stories that you've heard recently that you think that we would really be interested in, comment it below and we will like do a dive in and have like a whole episode about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We hope you're having a fantastic day.
And we will see you in the next one.
Bye.